The early life of Jesus, from Bethlehem to Nazareth. When King Herod realized that the Magi had not returned to him, he was furious. Determined to eliminate this perceived threat to his throne, Herod ordered the massacre of all male children 2 years old and under in Bethlehem and its surrounding areas. This brutal act fulfilled the prophecy of Jeremiah. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted, because they are no more. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted, because they are no more. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted, because they are no more. Jesus, however, was safe in Egypt, protected by God's intervention through Joseph's obedience to the angel's warning. After Herod's death, an angel appeared again to Joseph in a dream, instructing him that it was safe to return to Israel. Joseph obeyed and brought Mary and Jesus back. However, when he learned that Archelaus, Herod's son, was ruling in Judea, Joseph was afraid to settle there. Guided by another dream, he moved the family to Nazareth, a small town in Galilee. This fulfilled the prophecy that Jesus would be called a Nazarene, Matthew 2:19-23. This marks the conclusion of the early chapters of Jesus' life as recorded in the Gospels. His upbringing in Nazareth would set the stage for his later ministry, which began when he was about 30 years old. If you'd like, we can explore more about his early life or specific themes in his story. The story of Jesus continues with only brief glimpses into his early years as the Gospels transition toward his public ministry. Here's the continuation from his childhood in Nazareth. The story recounts the early life of Jesus, from his escape to Egypt during King Herod's massacre to his upbringing in Nazareth, and his profound moment at the temple at age 12, highlighting themes of divine protection, wisdom, and the silent years leading to his future ministry. The Gospels tell us that Jesus grew up in Nazareth under the care of Mary and Joseph. He lived a humble and obedient life, learning carpentry, likely from Joseph, as it was the family trade. Luke writes, "And the child grew and became strong. He was filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him." Luke 2:40. This period of Jesus' life, often called his hidden years, is largely unrecorded in the Bible. It emphasizes his humanity, how he experienced growth and learning like any other child. The story recounts the early life of Jesus, from his escape to Egypt during King Herod's massacre to his upbringing in Nazareth and his profound moment at the temple at age 12, highlighting themes of divine protection, wisdom, and the silent years leading to his future ministry. One significant event from Jesus' childhood is recounted in Luke 2:41-50. When Jesus was 12 years old, Mary and Joseph took him to Jerusalem for the Feast of Passover, a yearly tradition. After the feast, they began their journey home, but unknowingly left Jesus behind. Assuming he was with their group, they traveled for a day before realizing he was missing. In a panic, they returned to Jerusalem and searched for him for 3 days. Finally, they found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking questions. Those who heard him were amazed at his understanding and his answers. When Mary and Joseph expressed their distress, Jesus replied, "Why were you searching for me? Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?" Luke 2:49. This moment revealed his awareness of his divine identity and mission, even at a young age. However, he returned to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. Luke concludes this account by saying, "And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man." Luke 2:52. From age 12 to around 30, the Bible provides no detailed accounts of Jesus' life. These years are known as the silent years. During this time, Jesus likely worked as a carpenter, living a quiet and unassuming life in Nazareth. His time was likely spent preparing spiritually for his mission, deepening his relationship with his heavenly Father, and living as an example of humility and righteousness.